Hi parents, I hope everybody's getting ready for baseball season. I know I'm pretty pumped up about it. We've got a good group of kids, good group of parents, and I'm very excited, as well as the other coaches are. But I wanted to create this video to help give the parents a tool to use at home when you're working with your kids. I think it's very important, and the other coaches we all agree that it's very important to maintain consistency in what we're teaching. Whether it's hitting, fielding, throwing, pitching, whatever it might be, we want to stick with one philosophy through the entire year. That's why I want to develop this video, so that we don't have 5 different coaches teaching 5 different hitting stances or 5 different grips. You know, I mean, we don't want to confuse the kids at all. So we've got one philosophy, and we're going to maintain and stick with that philosophy throughout the season. So when you're working with your kid at home off the tee, or doing soft toss, or hitting them ground balls, you'll know what we're trying to teach. You'll know the terms that we're using. When you hear us throw out a term like back foot pivot or perfect fielding position at practice, you will know what we're talking about, and then you can watch for those things at home. And hopefully this video will give you a fairly detailed tool and insight as to what we're trying to teach on the practice field. So anyways, hopefully this will help, and I'd love anybody's feedback.
To hitting, so the key to having good balance through the strike zone all the way from start to finish is to have a wide base. So I tell all the kids to make sure that their feet are spread twice shoulder width. So when we're going through the terms of the hitting stance, the terminology that we use is feet. That's the first term. Should be spread twice shoulder width. The reason for that is if you have too narrow of a base, Gavin, turn to the side if you would, and show us a narrow, there you go, a narrow base. Feet are too close together, so when kids have a tendency to overstride when their feet are too far or too close together. Okay, now we've started out with feet. Our first term in our hitting stance is feet spread twice shoulder width. Our next term are toes. Very simple. Toes should be straight ahead. They shouldn't be pointed out. They shouldn't be pointed inward. One toe shouldn't be pointed in, one toe pointed out. They both should be straight ahead. Okay? The next term are knees. Our knees should be slightly bent to give us some flexion. I'll say all the time to these kids, loose muscles or quick muscles. Our body has to be loose, not tight. Tight muscles are slow. Loose muscles are quick. Our fourth term, waist. We should be slightly bent at our waist. Not all the way over, not straight up, but we should be slightly bent at our waist. Okay, Gavin, good stance there, good. Our shoulders should be level. Gavin, point your shoulder all the way down to the ground. There you go. Yeah, one shoulder shouldn't be pointed down. The back shoulder shouldn't dip. Both shoulders should be level, parallel to the ground. And that front shoulder needs to be pointed at the pitcher. Okay? So that's our fifth term, shoulders. Our sixth term, eyes. Eyes, both eyes should be on the pitcher. So a good indicator to let you know if your eyes are on the pitcher, if you close your lead eye. So in Gavin's case, being a right-handed hitter, his lead eye is his left eye. So if he closes his left eye but can't see the pitcher with his right eye, then he needs to turn his head far enough around so that he can capture the pitcher's release point with both eyes. So eyes should be on the pitcher. Grip. Now this is a key, because I see a lot of kids gripping the handle of the bat in their palm. Gavin, grip your bat in your palm, just like that, and go to your power position, and that's it. Stay right there. At that point, because Gavin has the bat handle in his palm, he can't get the bat head fully extended. Now, Gavin, go ahead and grip in the fingertips. Okay? Now get to your power position. There you can see the bat head has extended, and he can get maximum follow through from that position. Where before his grip was in his palm, he couldn't extend the barrel head through the strike zone as quickly. So I will say grip in the fingertips, and his little knuckles should be lined up. Okay? Go ahead and get in your stance, Gavin. There you go, right there. Good stance. So far we have feet spread twice shoulder width, toes straight, knees bent, waist slightly bent at the waist. Shoulders should be level. Lead shoulder should be on the pitcher. Both eyes should be on the pitcher. Grip in the fingertips. Line up your little knuckles. Your hands. I always say the hands should be above the baseball at the top of the strike zone. And what I'd like to see are that the top hand should be even or slightly above the back shoulder. So Gavin, go ahead and get in your stance. Good, right there. Gavin's hands are slightly above his back shoulder, about 3 to 4 inches away from his body. Okay, that's perfect position. Bat angle. Now this is key also, because we want to make sure that we get the bat head through the strike zone quickly. We want to make sure that the bat head, Gavin, go ahead and get in your stance, your bat angle is at 45 degrees. Gavin, show me bat wrapping. Wrap that bat behind your head. There you go. A lot of kids like to start their bat in this position. Now from this position, go ahead and get in that position, Gavin. Good. You can see that taking the bat head from that position to the strike zone is going to take a lot longer than if the bat's in the proper position at 45 degrees, just like that. Gavin, go ahead and get in 45 degrees. There you go. Bat's at about 45 degrees, okay? Shouldn't be behind his head at all. So Gavin, go ahead. It's kind of drifting behind your head a little bit. Make sure that the bat is right there. There you go. Perfect. Right there. That's perfect position. All right. The last term is 60-40, and that's what we're going to use to describe weight distribution in our stance. Back leg, 60% of your weight should be on your back leg. Front leg should maintain about 40% of your weight in your stance. Okay? Perfect. Okay? Gavin has controlled rhythm. Show me controlled rhythm. That's it. Small, slow movement. No hitter, especially at this age, can hit the ball without generating some kind of movement before they throw their hands. Okay? Show me uncontrolled rhythm. Just get crazy. There you go. See, Gavin's bat's out of control. He's not going to be able to maximize bat control, and that's what we want to do. We want to maximize our bat control, or maximize our power at the same time, optimize bat control. Okay? So he's got slow, controlled rhythm. So let's review the terms, because this is something I'm going to expect the kids to repeat back to me. Okay, feet. Number one term, spread twice shoulder width. Second term, toes, straight ahead. Third term, knees, bent slightly. Fourth term, waist, slightly bent at the waist. Fifth term, shoulders, should be level. Sixth term, eyes. Both eyes should be on the pitcher's release point, or should see the pitcher's release point. Seventh term, grip. Grip in the fingertips, not in the palm of our hands. Our hands, which is the eighth term, the top hand should be at the top or slightly above the back shoulder. Ninth term, bat. Bat angle should be at 45 degrees. And the last and 10th term we're going to use to describe weight distribution is 60-40. 60% on the back leg, 40% on the front.